The last 2 years have been riddled with airline cancellations. Thousands of flights that never left the ground because of COVID-19 and airline staffing shortages.
Yeah, you can see the dates that we were supposed to go. It was April of 2020.
Nikki Fazo booked her family a trip to Disney World in February of 2020. She canceled the trip in March when the pandemic hit. But because she canceled, she said JetBlue refused to give her a refund.
It's just been extremely frustrating.
Fazo said JetBlue gave her travel vouchers that her family was never able to use. Those vouchers expired this past March.
There's no information sent to you to let you know that your travel credits expire.
Then most people really don't know when their stuff is going to expire.
Kevin Brassler is the executive editor with Consumers Checkbook. Congressional lawmakers determine the airline industry is sitting on at least $10 billion in unused travel vouchers. But those vouchers come with an expiration date. Brassler says if you've had a flight canceled any time in the last 3 years, check with your airline to see if you have a travel credit. If you do have a voucher, ask the airline to give you a cash refund. The U.S. Department of Transportation says a consumer is entitled to a refund if the airline canceled a flight, regardless of the reason.
A lot of times when the airlines have made a significant schedule change or they canceled your flight, even though by default they gave you this voucher, you can still press your right to a refund.
Step 3, if you're not getting anywhere with the airline, Brassler says to book a trip with that voucher before it expires. That way, it won't go to waste.
If you're running up against an expiration date, if your credit's going to expire at the end of this year, go ahead and book a trip before it expires. You can always change it later.
Massachusetts Senator Ed Markey says his office is flooded with calls from consumers frustrated they can't get their money back from canceled flights. Markey sent a letter to the Department of Transportation asking for regulators to crack down on the airline industry's cancellation and refund policies. Among the changes, Senator Markey wants airlines to issue travel vouchers that don't have expiration dates.
They want their money back, or at the least, they want to be able to decide when they use the voucher for a new flight. And it shouldn't be dictated by the airline.
Of course, dealing with the airlines can be really frustrating, especially if you're trying to get more information about a refund or a canceled flight. We've tried to make it a little bit easier by posting links to the major airlines' policies on refunds for canceled flights, as well as the links where you can search to see if you have any unused travel vouchers. You can find all of that right now in the article for this story on Boston25News.com. I'm Jason Law.